Hello! It's Wish video time again! So, welcome one and all to our completely unpatented Lucky 9 system. What happens is, I get 9 random words off one of those websites that comes up with random words, and I put them into Wish, and the first 8 items, I buy the first thing on there that is £5 or less. And for the 9th item, the Lucky 9, I basically will go up to £15. I usually regret it. First item, adopt. Adopt. What can you adopt from Wish? A ghost, apparently. Adopt a ghost. I mean, that's not something I would expect, but is very, very obviously related to the word adopt, so that's good. Adopt a ghost. Yes. This ghost appears to be made of belly button lint or something lovely. It is a fluff ghost. Oh, it really is a fluff ghost. Look at that. Ooh. Do you remember that film about a ghost at the cinema where I think it was called A Ghost Story, and there's a really long scene of a woman eating a pie? A pie! That's pretty cool. I like that in its way. There's also some, well, confetti. Black, miserable confetti. Maybe it's stealth confetti. Completely invisible to enemy radar. But there's also this. Have you just graduated, Ghost? Oh, is this like an adoption certificate? Oh, of course, it's going to be weird, isn't it? Right. Well, okay. Lolly. This ghost is called... Oh my god, it's like... What are those things? Cabbage Patch Kids in the 80s had all this stuff going on, didn't it? Lolly. Born 6th of December 1919. Occupation, shoemaker. How lovely. Likes trains. They don't like shoes, really. Dislikes bunions. Well, most people do. Many times the wrong train took me to the right place. Oh, thank you, spooky ghost. What was your name again? Lolly. Oh, and if you turn it upside down, is this the way it's supposed to go? It's just got a massive haircut. Maybe that's it. Or maybe, wait for it. Oh my god. It was the Witcher all along. Tense. Tense. Tense, nervous headache? Well, forget that, because this has nothing to do with it. This is hand grip, 5-finger performer, strength training, power forearm, disposable training train, adjustably strengthening for wrist. That, I think, is a load of keywords. Right! If you've never seen one of these, and yeah, I certainly hadn't before I saw this one, this is a thing that you put your fingers in, and, well, it can strengthen your fingers by a little bit of tension pulling. Allow me to demonstrate. So, pop these on here like that. Lovely, lovely. And what you have to do is set it to the strength you want. £21, £17 or £13. We're going to have it on 17 for today's demonstration. And then pop this around your wrist. Like this. And, oh, should have probably done this on my left hand, because it's not very easy doing this with one hand on the other. There, we've done it. And there we are. You can now walk around like this and look like a broken cyberpunk man. Or, more importantly, you can do this. The strength. The power. It comes back to me. So this is probably quite handy. If you've quite handy, get it. That was an unnecessary, but also completely unintended pun. Anyway, yeah, if maybe you've injured your hand in an accident or something, a bit of rehabilitation, that would probably help you out, I imagine. Or if you just want to strengthen your fingers, because your fingers are a bit weird. I don't know, but either way, if you keep doing this a lot, you'll probably end up hurting yourself from this thing digging into your wrist, I imagine, but there we go. Other uses include, I don't know, maybe if you've got 5 pet voles, you could walk them using these little leads. Pop the heads through and go along like that. That doesn't seem very likely. Maybe you could use them on your toes. Oh, and have the strongest toes in all the realm. And you'd immediately be crowned king or queen or something. Actually, that seems unlikely. Next item. Pawn. Pawn. That's P-A-W-N, and unsurprisingly, it's a bag of pawns, as in like little playing pieces for games. And they're wooden, and they're painted, and there you go. I mean, if you were making board games or something and you needed a load of pieces, this seems to be the way to do it, because they're actually pretty good looking at them now. There's a more brightly coloured one, or a lighter one that you can see better on camera. Ah, white one, that will do nicely. Now let's go for yellow. for the prettiness. Yeah, so it's the most basic of all board game pieces, pretty much. Well, not counting just like a really basic counter, I suppose. Very loosely alluding to the shape of a human with a head and a body. Very brightly painted. Nicely covered in the paint, a bit of wood. These are quite good. These are genuinely quite good. I would not be surprised to find one of these in a decent quality board game. And we've got a massive bag of them. A massive bag for £4.67. How many of them are in here, actually? Does it say? 100 pieces. That's pretty good, isn't it? 100 pieces. Imagine a board game with 100 pieces. You probably don't have to. There's probably more than one. But that's not the point. The point is, that's a lot. Yeah, I like that. As a thing, do you know there's one downside to something like this, and that is I know full well I'll think to myself, oh, these will be useful, and I'll keep them in a drawer for 20 years, and I might use one once ever. When somebody says, oh, I've lost a bit of my board game, and I'll be like, aha, I kept these in a drawer for 20 years. Here we are. And they'll go, oh, it's the wrong colour. I'll go, oh, yeah. And, well, that's life, really, isn't it? Actually, this is the perfect time to mention that Mr. Gannon, Mr. Harper and myself have started a board game channel where we play old board games. Most of them British, most of them really bad, all of them pretty obscure. I'll put a link down below and a card thing around and a link at the end and everything. Anyway, next item. Hesitate. Hesitate. Now, this is an interesting one because the word hesitate didn't immediately spring to mind for me, enamel pin badges, but here we go. Described on the back as horror anime movie figure, couple rose heart, enamel plus capybara frog, chameleon lizard brooches, lap manufacturer. Okay then, but that's not how they were described on the page. The page I got these from described them as, and I quote, funny satirical quotes, brooch, enamel pins, neurospicy, sober mode off. Okay then. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these. Let us see what they look like. They're quite well made. These enamel pins are always good. I don't think I've ever seen a bad enamel pin. Do you know what I mean? There is a strawberry, what is that, milkshake or something? Maybe strawberry juice, seems unlikely, but anyway, peace, it says. Fair enough. This one is a lemon, and it has self-control. Self-control. Oh, these are all things you want in your life, I suppose. Yeah, certainly. The watermelon is love. Lovely love. The apple one is... no, I seem to rip the bag in such a way that I actually can't get out of it. That's incredible. What is going on with this? Oh, there were 2 bags. One's another. Right. Kindness with the apple. See there? Stop falling over. There we are. Kindness. This one is... Patty Ence. I don't think I've ever met Patty Ence, but she is lovely. Weird thing is, she's allergic to citrus, so I don't want to put an orange on it. Now it's Patience, isn't it? Which is also somebody's name, but let's not get into that. And finally, a banana. The banana of joy. That's not something to think about for too long, but yes, the banana of joy. Oh, what a nice little set of badges. Am I going to do anything with them? Probably not. I think they'll probably go to a charity shop or a guy I know who collects pin badges. Maybe he wants them. But there's always that worry that if you give these to somebody, if you give them like the one that says patience, that sort of, are you implying that they're impatient? Do you know what? I'm probably just going to throw them into the fires of Mount Doom to be safe. Lump. Lump sat alone in a boggy marsh, but also it's this item. Some fake sick. Lovely. Fake lurid orange sick. Is that more like dog sick or something? Is this somebody's been eating a lot of orange? I don't know. This is really thin. Oh, it's really sticky. Stuck to the backing paper. Oh, God. Ooh. This is far more realistic than it used to be, isn't it? Oh, that really does look... Oh, God. Oh, yeah, if you peel that off the backing, stick that on the floor, that is really going to fool somebody. And the thing is, even the sort of crappy old plastic fake sick you'd get in the 70s and 80s was pretty convincing from a distance, and Yeah, it could be quite convincing up close. This thing is like super convincing up close, full stop. Well, I'm glad to see that fake vomit has come along so far. We've been using our technology wisely as a species, I see. Not really much else I can say about that one, and frankly, I don't look at it any longer. Next item. Stuff. Stuff. So, we've actually had this one around the house for quite some time. I actually ordered it ages ago and haven't shown it in a video because I just quite like it. It's flat duck. Stuff. It's a stuffed toy. Do you see? Do you see? Yeah, it's just a duck that feels a bit like... I just can't be bothered today. Bless it. I've had to stop the dog getting this multiple times, but flat duck survives. Oh, I never realised it's got like a zip in it. Oh my god. I wonder what's inside. Well, loads of fluff, obviously. It's a soft toy. But yes, there we are. Well done. Your operation is complete. And you now no longer have duck disease. You don't look very pleased about it. You never look very pleased. That's your problem, flat duck. But yeah, it was all right. It's about for £5, exactly £5 actually. It's an all right plush thing. I'm not entirely sure I would have bought it if I saw it in a shop, but randomly buying things from Wish can make you end up with the dog's trying to pull that eye out. Look, it's got dog spit around. Oh, curse you, hound. Flat duck must remain sacrosanct, or at the very least, bored. Can we set it up? Is that? Oh God, no! This is looking a bit weird when it sits up. Hang on. Ooh. Do you know what, flat duck? I'm just going to let you go back to sleep. Troop. This is another one of those inexplicable ones where I just don't know how the word connects to what came up in the search box. For this is a bath mat. You know, one of these sort of slightly squishy, very absorbent bath mats that shows the periodic table of elements. Troop? I mean, is there troopium? Is that a thing? I don't know. Look, you've got all your favourites. Berkium. What is that one? Seaborgium. That'll be discovered by Seaborg, imagine. Iridium. And then you get ones you might actually encounter in the street, like nickel, cobalt, potassium, and... well, most of these ones down the bottom, aren't they like things that they only discover when they're like smashing atoms together and they only exist for like a tiny period of time and then disappear? So they're a bit kind of academic ones, is that right? I can't remember. Some of them are like that in the bottom at the very least, aren't they? Is this out of date? I don't know. I'm so old that I remember the periodic table of elements just said dirt and gold. But those were the days. The terrible, terrible days. Ooh, iodine, tin, antimony. Yes. And a very similar font to the one I use in the video sometimes. Well, that's exciting, isn't it? Well, there we go. Yeah, I mean, it's going to work perfectly well as a bath mat, I suppose, or shower mat, or any sort of mat where you're going to step on it where you're wet so it doesn't get all the damp on the floor. And also you can see the atomic weight of rhonium while you're at it. I mean, what's not to like? Cover. Take cover! These covers, specifically. Look, latex waterproof shoe covers! 1 pair. Look how sad they are. Oh, sad. Or are they happy and that's the nose? I just don't know. But I can tell you what, this is definitely... oh, that's confusing. I thought it opened at the top. But no, it opens partially down. It is a pair of shoe covers made of rubber. Is it latex? Yeah, that's latex. It smells like it. There we are. Shoe covers. Oh no, I'm going outside in my new shoes. But what will I do? It is raining and there is mud around. Fear not. We now have shoe covers, which will stretch over your shoe and even have, look, some moulded grip, so you don't slip over and break your neck immediately. It takes about 3 minutes. Oh, well, there we are. I can put my hand in it and immediately regret that. Brilliant. My main problem with these, unfortunately, is that they seem to have supplied medium, which are almost certainly going to be too small for my shoes. In fact, these look very small indeed. I appreciate they'll stretch a lot, but probably nowhere near enough. Well, there we go. At the very least, You can protect your shoes from the elements. And at the very most, you could, I don't know, wear them instead of shoes? That seems like a bad idea and something you would injure yourself doing. Don't do that. Look at the next item instead. Hilarious. Hilarious. So for the expensive item and hilarious, I was expecting a joke book or something, but no. It's an egg that falls over. It is a dragon egg, if you like. A 3D printed dragon egg. Printed in quite eye-pleasing, shiny material. It's very 3D printed. Look, 3D printed stuff has sort of giveaway ridges on it, and this is covered in them. All the noises. But what's inside the egg? Well, I did say earlier it was a dragon egg, so of course there is a dragon inside. Also 3D printed. Very, very meticulous print, especially for the type of print. Usually anything small detail like that, you'd print one of those resin printers, but no, this is fused deposition modelling, is it called? FDM? Can't remember what it stands for. But yeah, it's a dead dragon. Oh no, wait, it is alive. So it's all segmented and looks pretty cool, to be perfectly honest with you. Ooh. Oh, dragon. I wish it was like one of those snake toys where you can pick it up by the tail and then it goes all stiff, but it isn't. But it is pretty nifty. It's really well printed, like incredibly well printed, well put together. I like the colours. It's one of those things where when you pay money for something, you go, oh, it's 3D print. But, you know, they've done a good job. So I can't complain. I do like the material it's made out of. It looks very nifty indeed. Quick jump cut as I knocked the bloody camera over. We need to give this a name, don't we? What does he look like to you? A Charlie? A Muteron? A Vizrael? I'm going to call him Amstrad. Amstrad the Dragon. There he is. I got that idea from this pin badge, which happens to be just below the camera at the moment and is not relevant to this video. Go away. Yeah, there we are. Amstrad the Dragon. It's pretty good. I do quite like that as a thing. Do you know what I mean? It's got nicely, easily posable. Pop it down, move it around. It looks pretty, eye-catching. Not entirely sure I need the egg, but, you know, if I hadn't got the egg, I imagine it would have been not one of the final items. It would have been one of the cheaper ones earlier, and we would never have seen it. Ah, well, there we are, Amstrad. What are you going to do with your time now? What's that? You're going to fly around and burn down buildings. Well, it's what dragons do, my friend. It's what dragons do. Also, I've just realised you could totally lay this down and it would be a very, very dangerous trap for somebody to step on it because this is like really sharp at the top. Really, really quite sharp. So there we are. If you're being chased by a tiny car, you can put this across the ground and the car will go over it and its tyres will burst and you can escape. Also, you should probably try and work out what's going on because tiny cars chasing you isn't something that generally happens in the world as it is at the moment. Oh well, bye!
Subscribe for more.